Sturgeon mocked for desperate bid to airbrush Brexit from Queen's Platinum Jubilee book. Nicola Sturgeon has been accused of trying to rewrite history with her bid to force publishers to strip out mentions of Brexit from a children's book commemorating the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Michelle Ballantyne, the leader of Reform UK Scotland, also lambasted the country's SNP government for requesting references to England's 1966 World Cup win also be removed from the book, titled Queen Elizabeth, a Platinum Jubilee Celebration. In a series of emails, the Scottish government requested a total of 52 changes to be made to the text of the book, intended as a gift for children across the UK, from reception to Year 6. It is indisputable that schoolkids up here are being systematically taught the SNP version of our history. It basically amounts to brainwashing. The kids leave school then with a totally distorted version of who they are, what brought us to this time, and who is their best friend when they go out into the big bad world. One asked for references to Brexit to be stripped out, citing what was referred to as its highly divisive impact. Another called for the removal of all references to England's World Cup win, dismissing it as an event that doesn't seem to merit this level of exposure, and it's not that relevant in the non-England parts of the UK. It's little wonder they wanted 16-year-olds to be given the vote. When they reach 16, they will have been indoctrinated into believing that the English are our enemy and the ruling classes are English Tories and to be despised. Disgraceful cynicism and control over young minds. In the end, the Scottish government refused to endorse the book, meaning schools had to opt in online in order to receive copies. A message to both the UK government and publishers DK Books explained, the Scottish government is not content to be acknowledged at all in the development or production of this book. Ms. Ballantyne, a former member of the Scottish Parliament who quit the Tories for Reform UK in 2020, told Express.co.uk, to deny children the Queen's Platinum Jubilee book shows just how desperate the Scottish government is to brainwash our children by rewriting history to suit their cause. The idea of not mentioning Brexit, one of the major events of the Queen's reign, is just ridiculous. Over 1 million Scots voted to leave the EU in the Brexit vote, but the SNP believes it is too divisive to mention. I suspect that's because it will be a major block to their dreams of separation, as it would guarantee a hard border with England. Ms. Ballantyne added, suggesting that England winning the World Cup should be deleted as irrelevant is so partisan. Can you imagine that suggestion if Scotland had won in 1966? She said of Ms. Sturgeon's administration, their petty endeavours to create disharmony have served only to show our children how the SNP will deny them free gifts if it isn't a potential vote winner for them. I hope our headteachers haven't fallen for this political interference and have opted in to give our children the lovely book commemorating an amazing lady who has shown us what duty and loyalty to your country really look like. Commenting earlier this week, Donald Cameron, the Scottish Tories' shadow constitution secretary, told The Telegraph, the request for mention of England's 1966 World Cup win to be removed appears ridiculous and petty. For the sake of the Queen, you'd think the nationalists could take a day off from their bitter and obsessive agenda. In the 2016 referendum, Scotland voted against leaving the European Union by 62% to 38%, in contrast to the UK as a whole, which backed Brexit 52-48. The World Cup final, in which England beat West Germany 4-2 after extra time, remains the most watched event ever on British television, attracting 32.3 million viewers. St Andrews has a very large contingent of English expats and transient staff, students, and visitors. I have not seen one instance of anti-English abuse or any conflict between locals, a huge amount of whom are English themselves, and visitors. I am not saying it couldn't happen, there are ignorant people in any town, but it is certainly extremely rare, particularly in St Andrews, not endemic, and certainly not fomented by the Scottish government. A Scottish government spokesman said, "The book is a UK government project and they are responsible for its content, development, and distribution." Scottish government officials were given sight of drafts and provided feedback to the Department for Education upon request. Express.co.uk has offered the Scottish government a chance to respond to Ms. Ballantyne's remarks. In response to my own post below, I feel it needs adding to. I just got my electoral registration information paper. It states a British, Irish, or European citizen, or a Commonwealth citizen or foreign national who has to leave to enter or remain in the UK can vote. So not just 16-year-olds can vote, but the immigrants she's so desperate to get to come here can too. But why EU citizens? We've left. But Scots-born people who are living or working in the UK can not vote. Absolutely has to be addressed before any referendum is even approved. This is what they do to skew their results in elections. It stinks. Scotland has never achieved anything ever but thinks that it has. It lives a life of bitterness, hatred, and jealously always backing the wrong hours from Adolf Hitler to the IRA. Nothing they touch ever works out right. It won't be that long with all the turmoil this horrible woman and the SNP will be given their wish. People of the UK, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland are sick to the back teeth with the moaning, backbiting and the people of Scotland cry from over the border and in the Palace of Westminster from Blackboard. No currency, no shipyards, no Barnett formula, no pension but definitely a border. Are the halcyon days to come? Please. Why doesn't Sturgeon go the whole hog, burn all books with references to the English? The Crown seemed to work for Hitler. How I wish Sturgeon the SNP would realize that many Scots live work in England or gave Scottish ancestry. Here in the borders, we cross the borders many times, to see relatives, work, shopping, opticians, and dentists, go to the NHS hospitals on the English side for vital cancer treatments, etc. Sturgeon her ilk are highly divisive extreme. Neither of which is wanted. She has no right to censor books. Instead of taking Scotland forward, she's intent on taking it backward. The brainwashing is this book. The need for a monarch and desire is dropping this book at the taxpayer's expense and is not wanted or needed. Like all unsolicited propaganda, it should be binned. I have already demanded at my kids' school that I will not be allowing this book in my house. Stop being dramatic. It's about not pushing the monarchy and Brexit, and English the supreme ruler on everyone else in other countries. You do know Wales does not want others or me. You seem to forget all that. Do you want to worry about people's health? Never vote Tory. They want a paid private alternative, along with stopping kids' free school meals. The SNP has also eradicated the role Glasgow played in the slave trade from the history curriculum so that it seems only England was involved. Pupils have a right to know the truth and they should not be allowed to meddle and hide the truth. I think your emotions got the better of you. It's you not yo. You don't need typical twice in its English. Capital E Nero fiddled while Rome burned, but Lilith will be in Portugal with the missing money while Scotland sinks into oblivion. For your information, I am not old age English and don't hate everyone. In fact, I feel sorry for the Scots and bigoted people like you who can't face the truth.